So before we go and finish off the game, we have a small little section here with Mustache Girl. We just need to get to the vault, so there's two ways of doing it. One is to come over here and just jump over the fence like that. And the other way is to come up here and then jump off of this door frame. I believe this way is ever so slightly faster, so probably do this way. So there's two tricks on the way to the telescope. The first thing is that when we're pressing the button here, we want to be about here. You can press the button from like this far, and most importantly, standing against the front wall. So you can see I'm holding forward here. Just make sure you're pushing against the wall when you press the button. And this will make it so that as soon as you press the button, the elevator will start going up. And then during the cutscene, it'll start going down, but you'll get caught on a little ledge in the middle of the elevator, which will just let us get to the top a little bit faster. I get caught right here, and then I can just double jump and wall climb up. Now we need to skip over this fence. To do that, there's a great little clock here that we can use. So make sure you're on the middle part of this clock, because it's a little bit higher. And then just double jump and dive cancel over it. And just to note, this was patched, so you have to be on version 1.0 to do that. And now we go to finale. Well, now it's time for easily the biggest glitch of the run. The finale skip. This is definitely something that you're going to screw up for a while. It just comes down to practice. And it's going to suck because you lose a lot of time when you screw it up, but you just got to practice it until you understand what you're doing and can actually get it in runs. So we're over here, and down in that corner there's a little hole that we're going to go through. You can see it underneath that like black railing thing. We're going to double jump and then dive down there, and then we're going to use the lava to boost us up on the other side. There we go. You might get, there's a couple things that can happen there. Sometimes it'll be just like that, you'll just bounce twice and it's fine. Sometimes you'll get stuck on the wall. You just kind of want to wiggle your control stick and try and get out of it. If you get really stuck, it'll teleport you back to where you started, in which case you've probably taken too much damage and you should just jump in the lava and kill yourself. The other thing that can happen is you can clip underneath the lava. If that happens, just jump right away and the lava will boost you up and you won't take any damage because you'll still have the invincibility frames. So now we're going to climb up in between these two walls here. So the way I'm going to show this is starting off with a sprint jump on the left and then pressing the dive button just to go back and forth. We're going to go way up. By the way, you want to like space these out. If you do it too fast, it's a lot slower. So you want to space them out a bit. And then right around here, right about where I am, like the height of it, is a ledge on the left side. And it's a ledge that we're going to try and go over on the left side. Once you get up to this high, make sure you climb up the left side. And then once you go over the ledge, you just want to hold straight up. So right here. You hold straight up so that you'll start climbing on the, or start sliding on the wall in front of you. And then I just held down to slide down the wall faster to get here. It's kind of important that your camera is lined up perfectly sideways here. It just helps with the stuff going to this point, and especially at this point. This next jump, your camera needs to be pretty sideways. Like, angles can throw this next jump off pretty badly. We're going to sprint jump to the left here, holding straight left. And then we're going to dive at the peak of our jump. And as soon as we dive, we're going to start holding forward. Or up, sorry. We're going to start holding up. Just like that. And then we're going to aim for this little spot right here. And you'll just start sliding along the roof. So if you keep sliding along the roof forever, eventually you'll bonk on stuff, you'll fall off, it's a bad thing. You don't want to be sliding along the roof. There's a way, it's really hard. You can learn it later. That's not what this tutorial is for. Aiming right here will get you start, it'll give you like the dust particles, and then you can just press A to get out of it. So aim here, and then you should be standing on the roof. Once you're standing up, you just want to sprint up here and get up to the very top. And you're just going to practice your dive boost skills across the top. This is very long, so good practice, you know. There is one very important thing to note about this roof. About halfway through, there is a hole in it that you will need to know and jump over. Then there's no, you can't see the hole. The hole is invisible. A good indicator that the hole is coming soon is there will be green chains coming out of the sky. So it's on that wall. The wall coming up here. So here are the green chains. So green chains, one more, and it's the arch after the green chains. So right here. Let me see if I can find the hole, but it's in between these two arches going into the next one. Okay. Oh, you can actually see it here. So this is the hole. You can kind of see where the texture ends. So it's from here to that arch. It's not a super big gap. You can jump over it pretty easily. But you have to remember it's there. If you fall in it, you will soft lock and you will have to go back to hub. So you don't want that to happen. Make sure you remember green chains and then the arch after. And then you're just gonna jump over it. And like, it's not big, you can just sprint over it. But, you know, just to play it safe, you might want to double jump, dive over it. Because you do not want to fall on this thing. And then we're going to keep going all the way to the very end. So that checkered wall there is the beginning of Mustache Girl's room. There's a little hole in the ceiling, I guess, because we're on top of it, from between here and the checkered wall. So we're just gonna fall through it, and you want to try and jump before you hit the ground just to avoid fall damage, like that. And now we're going to need to get inside that room, and there's two ways to do it, really. I'm gonna start off with the fastest way, and then I'll show you the other way later. Yeah, so the fastest way is just a sprint jump over here, dive, and then angle it to land on this timepiece pile. And then from here, let me turn on triggers, and I'm just gonna cheat a little bit. So you see this box right here. This triggers this is like it activates a cutscene with Mustache Girl, where like the doors open and stuff. More importantly, it teleports you inside the room, so you need to jump into this box. This one right here. So if you are here, then you would just double jump this way and then jump into this box. It's kind of on the left side of this pillar. You can see it, so that's where it is. You cannot miss this trigger. If you miss the trigger, you will fall down into blackness and you will soft lock. You will have to return to hub. You'll be very sad. And it'll happen to you. So again, just practice. So the other way of doing it, I intentionally didn't hit the trigger so I can show you it on this one. Alright, and the other way to do it is a double jump dive cancel off of this column. It'll look like this. Here, let me line this up. Just like that. One thing to know about this, there is a hole right here. Yeah, I'm kind of like falling into it. If you fall in that hole, you are stuck, you will die. Bad time, soft lock, return to hub. You'll be very sad. Don't do that. So line up. Double jump, dive, cancel. Oh, I went too high there. Well, I went a good height and I just got over it right away. There we go. You want to get up here. Then run over to here, and I have cheats on so I can see where the trigger is. Let me turn it off so I can just show you where you'd be lining up. You'd be lining up with the left side of this torch right here. You would just fall down, hold down, fall down, and then just start sliding along the wall. And there we go, we're in Mustache Girl's room. You can just hold A, skip through the cutscene. Then we're gonna go up and try and get slapped. And press and hold A as soon as you hit the ground to skip through the little cutscene here. If you miss the timing, just mash through the text, it's whatever. And then we're into the fight. This fight will always start with her doing a teleport attack. Okay, Mustache Girl. So, since the fight always starts with her doing a teleport attack, the best way to deal with it is to just run towards her and let her do one teleport and try and hit her before she can do a second teleport. So just run towards her and then start spamming the umbrella. Throughout this first phase, we're just going to hit her with the umbrella a bunch and just hope for some multi-hits. So I didn't get one there. Didn't get any there either. And got one there. That was kind of bad, but I got a multi-hit to show it off. Multi-hits are kind of random. Depends on two things. It depends on what the attack she does next. So some attacks are done from the same position she was in before. So if that happens, it's a lot easier to get an umbrella double hit on. There's also a bit of luck just having the right timing with your umbrella swings, them being in sync with her attacks. Usually you can get more than that though, but oh well. This next phase also starts with a teleport attack from her. This time we're going to try and hit her with a Brewer Bomb before she's done with the attack. And then one thing to note about this phase is there's only 3 attacks she has in this phase. And the way that bosses work is it will randomize every attack in the phase, play through all of them, and then do that again. So it does the 3 attacks in a random order, and then does the 3 attacks again in a random order. So that means that if you know the attacks in the phase, then you can figure out which one will be the next attack, because you can just count them down. And that's important in this phase, because one attack, the beam attack, is always done from the very center of the stage. So if you know it's going to be the next attack, you can line yourself up to hit her as soon as she starts doing the attack. So I'm going to go through the brewery here. This is kind of just luck. I got it. So now the hourglass. So next attack will be beam, because it was the 3rd one. Next one is any of them. It was teleport. Hourglasses. Next one will be beam again. And then after you hit her 6 times, she has 6 health in this phase. She'll start doing beam attacks from around the edge of the map. What happens is if you walk towards her, she teleports away. You're not supposed to be able to hit her. You can actually hit her with a Brewer Bomb if you double jump and just get her from a good distance. And if she takes damage, it'll instantly skip to the next phase. So it saves a little bit of time. You want to go for it. It's a bit awkward though. There we go, I got it. So that just skips over her teleporting around and just goes straight to the Mafia Ball phase. Mafia Ball phase is the simplest phase in the fight. She only has 2 attacks, and you're going to do the same thing every time in this phase. You're going to run up to her and throw a Brewer Bomb at her. And then you're just going to run to the Mafia Ball. And then get another Brewer Bomb ready. And then go under the Mafia Ball. He does the same attacks in that order every single time, so you just do the same thing every time, and it works. It's a little faster to get slapped here, like 0.3 faster, don't ask me why. And you can just run in circles to dodge this attack. Now we're going on to the cherry phase. This phase is pretty much just luck how many cherries you get. Anywhere between 1 and 4 cherries can happen, assuming you hit her for every time you hit her with a cherry. So you just hope for less cherries. And one thing to know about this phase is we're going to go for a different kind of multi-hit here. We're going to go for Brewer Bomb double hits. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump on top of her, or jump like above her as soon as we hit her with a cherry, throw a bomb at her, and then do a homing attack on her. And if the next attack is one where she doesn't teleport away right away, we should be able to get the homing attack in and get another damage in super easily. So hopefully I'll get one here. It's pretty much just luck. I'm gonna go for it. Didn't get it there. can go for another one. Got one. There we go. Didn't get one that time. And again, it just depends on what attack she's going to do. I don't think this one will work because she should be dead. Yep. And now we're going to go on to the last phase. This last phase has 4 different attacks and 8 health. The biggest mistake I see going on in the last phase is people just panic and don't try and play it safe and just hit her a bunch. Like they'll go for like just running in on her, trying to hit her with the umbrella. When if you just jump at her and go for homing attacks, you can hit her pretty much every time. It's not optimal, it's not the fastest, but taking damage is really slow here. And can make the fight go really bad. She does the hourglass attack, where she hovers and throws hourglasses. Obviously you can't homing attack her, so you'll need to throw a bomb at her. I'm just gonna jump at her and homing attack. There she is. And that's the fight. And at this point, we just hold forward, sprint, jump, and dive into the last timepiece. And that's it. Congratulations on completing A Hat in Time.